Hello everyone, Akinoff here, and welcome back to Tales of Phantasia. When we last left off, we'd been told to go to Arled, a town of darkness. It may lead to a clue to fighting Daos. And we're going to do just that today. Although, I don't think Daos... This is only really one part of our goal this episode. Our main goal is to get to a certain location. And that'll become clear soon enough. Yep, it's cold. Okay, we're told to go rest in the inn. So we're near the end of the game. Yeah, it's been pretty quick to get here. I thought it would actually take longer than this, but it seems I'm more familiar with the game. I actually have used a couple of guides to make sure I got everything that I could right. Unfortunately, I missed out on a couple of missable items, but I can't really do anything about that now. Not gonna replay. I'll be replaying since before. I'd have to replay since before I got Suzu, and I don't have the ability to do that. Anyway, we're gonna go sleep in the inn, and this is, well, quite interesting. Claus complains about the cold as usual, but it's so cold. Where's the heater? Well, there's one right in that room. Yeah, what is wrong, Mint? She seems perplexed. Yes. Right. Right, after we're done unpacking, go talk to her behind the inn. Right, we'll do just that. After we finish unpacking. Yeah, what is it? Oh, she's gone for a walk. Yep. Yeah, I do agree that it's cold and it's a bit of a weird time to go for a walk. But she's just sitting out there waiting for us. And we'll get to her soon enough. But there's a fair number of things going on here. Everyone's thinking about stuff. We're going to go on our journey soon. Yeah, let's go for a walk too, Chris. No. Yeah, Archie, you stay here. Yeah. Claus, you dirty-minded old man. You're not even 30. And there's a fair bit of stuff going on here. Claus. As wonderful a character as he is, he does a lot of silly stuff. Just a bit of mischief of the sort of time. And the innkeeper noticed something? I'm surprised. Must be loud. Summoning Origin? Yeah. Apparently... Oh, Origin can see the past and the future. Although looking into the future is forbidden. Right. Through hypnosis? Right. He wants to look into the past. What does he want to look into? Okay, so he's asking the others to leave the room. Yeah. Yeah, Archie, it's... well, we're going into a final battle. It's not surprising that people are tense. Oh, Origin knows? Right. So this sort of time flies over there and we get some... a scene from the past in Occlude. Not surprising, he's checking on Millard. Yeah, so He actually cares. Quite a lot, it seems. And she's teaching people about magic. Although, probably not how to actually use it. Yeah. He did teach Deus a lesson. Well, that was more, So, well, it was him and Mint. Luna and Indignation and... No, we didn't have Judgment then. We used Judgment afterwards, but yeah. Luna and Indignation a lot on him. Yeah, that was a fairly wrecked time that Eddie had. Yeah. Oh, who knows. As stubborn as a golem and as hard to kill as a zombie. Yeah, that sounds like Claws, alright. I mean, he's gone through a hell of a lot. Hmm. And they walk off, but is Millard actually okay? Yeah, he's been pretty useful. Don't worry about him. That's kind of sweet. And here we have a scene between Chester and Archie. Of course he knows what she's going to do. What do you mean, what do you mean? I mean, what do you mean, what do you mean, what do you mean? Do you mean what do you mean to what do you mean to what do you mean, what do you mean? I got no idea what we're saying anymore. Yeah, me neither. And it's pretty much just all this stuff's happening because we're at the edge of the abyss, really. Yeah. Eyelash out? Yeah, she kind of has. Yeah, when was that exactly, Chester? Right. I think we're gonna fade out here soon. Right, and she drags Chester outside. Chris goes to talk to Mint. Did you have to wait long, Mint? She says not really, even though she probably had to wait longer than we would have hoped, because that actually took a fair while. Yeah. Everyone's kind of a pain in the ass, and Archie's especially. And they spend their sweet moment together. Dot dot dot. Awkward teenagers. That's the best description for them. Alright. And she's... Well, yeah, what is it? Ah, it's an earring. Yep. Right. That earring saved our asses once in the past. We'd be dead without it. Oh, yep. Oh, only two in the whole world. Right. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's kind of... I should have told you sooner. Yeah, I suppose we wouldn't have made it if you'd just gone and been distraught and all. Oh, that's sweet. And here. Yeah. A little longer. He drags her inside. And we have one more scene with Suzu. Mother, father. Yeah, it is almost time for our final battle. And she's feeling conflicted. Yeah. I mean, she's been raised to be a ninja, to prioritize the mission, to obey the master, and all this other stuff. And now she's, well, she's with a bunch of very feeling people. Yes, you. Yes, she does obviously feel very strange. No, it's just a different kind of strength. Yes. Not surprising. She's young, she's inexperienced, she's a child in a difficult position. At least in the last battle. I want to fight with Chris and the others from my heart too. Oh, that's sweet. Even if I should perish, I will not regret a thing. That's a sentiment that I do. And Claus has received a new title. That's actually, and that's one of my favourite titles of Claus's that he just got. We're doing the sleeping in the end thing. I really like that scene there, that whole sequence of everyone and how they're feeling before this final battle. And we're not actually going to the final battle yet. We're getting closer, but we're not going there yet. We still have some pretty big side quests to do. Now, if we walk out here, Mr. Chris! Mr. Chris! Yes, he is here. Yeah, who are you? Right. A giant castle. That sounds like Deos. To a hillside. Right, that sounds like our sort of business. Yeah. Okay. And we get a Healer's Mark earring. So first things first, if we go to title, Claus has gained the Hopeless Romantic title. One who is involved in a long-distance romance that transcends time. He is now a Hopeless Romantic. As for the earrings, those can now be equipped to mint. I will... do I want to discard the mystic symbol for this? No, I'll get rid of that. And actually I will get rid of the mystic symbol to throw her the... I just have to find it. Blue Talisman. And I want to equip Claus with, of course, the mystic symbol once I find it, which I probably just went over it, like really obviously. There we go. Yeah, and now everything is in order. And right, no, the most important thing that I just forgot. I need to equip the Eternal Sword. Now the Eternal Sword isn't as good as the Doom Blade in terms of stats. However, the Doom Blade is nearly useless now. Why? Because it's a Dark type weapon. And Dark type weapons sadly have lost any really good use at this point. Now we can go past this guy and up here. And onto here. Yep. Yeah, you don't see any castle, yeah. Okay. Now that's a mess. How do we find something hidden in time itself? Right. So we need to make monsters come and go, or we could just use this sort of time. We can just go straight to it. Let's see what happens. Well, that's a pretty hefty request for a sword to pull a whole... I take it back. Even though I knew this was going to happen, I take it back. This sword is awesome. Even if it's not as good as the ultimate weapon in the game. Even if it doesn't have the stats. It's awesome because it can do this. And There's Deus's castle, floating, hidden in time. Now we just have to get over there. Yeah. I don't think our tech birds are gonna work. Yeah. Oh, but that's probably gonna take us there. You know, sort of time solves everything. If this were a more recent game, if this was an open world bunch of tasks game, this sword would just be like, hey, this is how I travel from point to point. No, I don't think so. I think it was the sword doing that itself. Okay, we're gonna save here with our million gold. Yada yada. Come on. And we're going to actually, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change Chris's skills. I don't really want to be using lunge right now. I'm probably going to prefer to use Tiger Blade. Yeah, Sword Rain will do the trick. Yep. Okay, and we're going to do the first fight in this dungeon, really. This thing. I can't believe you made it this far. I'm an eye, ha 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 ha. Unfortunately, you came all this way to die. I disagree, sir. I politely disagree. Roaming eye. I'm gonna have Mint throw out a magic lens while I'm about to, what should I do? No, I'm going to use Lightning Swallow Kick, because that's what I believe is best here. It's a roughly 57,000 HP enemy, weak to light. Lightning Swallow Kick is probably our best option. We're going to need to just deal a lot of damage. That's how this fight's going to go. It's just going to be a simple... I want at this point to do Sword Rain, I believe. Except the fact that he gets out of my range. Yeah, there we go. He's a bit of a pain in the ass as he's all over the place. But if you can actually do the right moves, he's not actually that tough. As long as you keep him busy, he's not going to deal all that much damage. Minch can heal anything he does just fine. Origin will just keep hitting him for a lot. If you got Claws out, if you got Archie out, you can deal a lot of damage that way. She has lots of moves that are effective at this sort of thing. I am now going... I know that I'm going to use the wrong move now, and that annoys me. Because I'm now going to use Tiger Blade. Not so bad. I'd prefer... He's kind of hefty and without actual light equipment. Wait, can I just... I can probably... Actually, skills, claws... I can disable Shadow and make Asuka available. Wow, I did more damage with a regular sword stroke than most of my special moves. Sharpness, that's always helpful. This guy's a fairly tough enemy. He takes a while to kill. God damn it, why is he not using Asuka? Asuka would deal more damage. And Mint... Wait, do I have him... Actually, I want... Okay, I want to actually make him cast Asuka, because this is rather silly, and I actually need to plug in my headphones, which I really wish I didn't have to use, but anyway. I wish I had a proper mic, but oh well. We'll just use that there. This should probably deal more damage. Yeah, I should have been using Asuka the whole time. Now, after this fight, I'm going to be making a cut because I'm going to look for a particular... Actually, I can't. Can I make... Actually, there's a couple of things that... There's actually one thing that I do want to get. It's not really all that important, I don't think. There's a holy bolt here. I want to just get some basic stuff that's around here. I think that's it. These are not the enemies that I am looking for, but they're a bit of a pain in the ass. If you don't have, the right moves equipped, because these guys slip past you and they're a pain in the ass to kill, and I think Asuka wipe those guys out. It'll kill this guy probably, hopefully, if he's... yeah. Anyway, the enemies that I'm looking for are Ninja Lords. I believe that I have covered all the ground that I will on this floor for the time being. I'll come back to this after I've found it. Actually, one small point to note before I actually do that, there is an item up here that I want to grab. It's this here, the Star Shield. It's better than what I've got, but I'm probably not going to be using it. Anyway, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so many enemies later, and many levels later, I have gotten the one thing I was looking for. A piece of equipment for Suzu. It actually takes over the slot of the pretty mittens. The iron claws. Gauntlets with steel hooks increase both defense and attack. They're not as good as, say, the pretty mittens in defense. They're only 5 less, but they give her 100 extra attack. This is going to be very necessary. Because, well, to be honest, we are going to need to equip her with a few odd pieces. And one of those odd pieces means we have to take away Cress's holy symbol. This is necessary. I'll just give him the first thing on here, the Thief's Cape. Now if we go back to Suzu, we're discarding her warrior symbol, which makes her weaker. And we're equipping her with the holy symbol. Now this isn't going to come into play too soon. Not in this episode anyway, because we're done with this episode. But, in one of the side quests that we're going to be doing, this setup is absolutely necessary, or else we're going to be in for a world of hurt. Anyway, my name's been Akinov. I hope you've had a good time, a good night, or something like that anyway. Next time, we're going to take care of the rest of the side quests. Well, over the next few episodes. See you then.